I don't know who needs to tell you this until it gets drilled in your head, but you have one life, you have one opportunity, you have one chance. You have one time, one moment. 1 second passes by, you don't get it back. You no longer have that second you just had a second ago. Your life is ticking away. You have a ticking time bomb. You're not going to be on this planet forever, so why are you acting like it? Why are you acting like you're going to be here forever? Why are you waiting on the things that you know that you should be doing? Why are you waiting on the goals that you have, the ambitions that you have, the dreams that you have, the visions that you have? You keep on letting them burn up. You keep on letting them die before you actually take action on them. Those are dreams that you have. Those are goals that you have. Those are ambitions that you have yourself. No one else has them. And yet you sit there day by day, second by second, and you slowly waste that away. You watch other people achieve their goals and achieve their tasks and achieve their missions, while you have done nothing about it. And I don't know about you, but I was tired of doing that. I was tired of waiting for other people to do the thing that I knew that I wanted to do, and I never took action on it. I never stepped forward. I never took that step. I never leaped over that hurdle of fear until I finally did. I finally got up. I finally got going because I knew that life is short. Life is not. We're not here forever. We're not always going to be here. We're not always going to be on this earth. Like 1 second, one mistake, one mishap can end your life, and you got to realize that life is short. Life can be short. Life can be short entirely, and you sitting around here is disrespecting the chance and the opportunity that you had to wake up this morning. Not everyone gets to wake up this morning. You got to realize that not everyone has the luck that you have today to wake up on 2 feet. Whatever you have, I don't know what you have, but not everyone has that luck that you have today to get up and breathe, and for you to disrespect that, for you to waste another day, for you to not act on the things that you actually want to get done, that is just disrespect. And you can go your whole life not acting on any of the things that you want, that you knew that you should be doing, the dreams that you have, the goals that you had, the visions that you have, and guess what? Your life will be miserable. You will be depressed. You will be beaten down. And you will sit there at the end of your life, and you will regret not acting on the things that you have, not asking her out, not going on that trip, not going on that business trip, not investing in yourself. So don't be that guy that's sitting there at the end of his life wondering what could have been, what could have happened if I kept on going with this, what could have happened if I actually stayed consistent with that, what could have happened if I just kept on going from this, and what could have happened, most importantly, if I started and if I first did this in the first place. Because we are not here forever. You have one life, you have one book, you have multiple chapters within that book, but you only have one book. You have only one book that you make, and you only have one book that you create. So how do you want that book to end? How do you want that book to look? How do you want that book to be formatted? How do you want that book to sound? How do you want that book for your readers to look back onto that book? And you, most importantly, yourself, looking back on that book, how do you want to read that book, going back over it? Do you want to be reading a book that says, and he had a struggle here, and he faced some adversity, and he went through this struggle, and then he just gave up. That was the end of his life. He lived a miserable life. Do you want that book? Do you want to read that book? Do you want to look back on your deathbed and read that book? Sitting there reading your book? Do you want to be reading that book? Or do you want to read in the book? He had some struggles, he had some adversities, but throughout it all, he kept on staying persistent. Even though it didn't come when he wanted it to come, he was there, and he stayed consistent with it. He showed up day in, day out. He showed up on the days that he didn't want to. He stayed disciplined on the days he didn't want to. He did the things that he said that he would do, even when he no longer felt like it. And he kept on going. He kept on pushing. He kept on striving. And in the end, he ultimately got what he wanted. And most importantly, he became the person that he always knew that he could have been. And you're sitting there on your deathbed, and you're smiling, you're looking at this book, and you're happy, and you're glad that you kept on going, and you're happy you took that leap of faith. Or you can sit there, and you can read that book, and just be depressed about the future that you never had, and the reality that you never made happen. Because you thought that life was just going to come to you, and that these opportunities, these things where you were going to grow, were just going to come to you. And those chances, those opportunities, those moments when you're going to get up and get it, were just going to come to you. No, that's not reality. That's not how life works. You have to go. You have to go chase it. You have to go grasp it. You have to catch it, and you have to maintain it. Most importantly, just because you get up and get going, and you have your first sign of success. You have your first whatever. You finally got up and got going, but you have to maintain that. You have to keep on going. You have to put in more effort than you were at the beginning. And that's important. You got to put more effort than you were at the start of this. You got to keep on growing. You have to keep on maintaining that. And that's part of this journey. That's why this journey is so unique, and that's why I love doing this every single day. I genuinely love doing this. And I just want you to know that you have one life. You have one life. Like, anything can happen within this life, and the fact that you're taking your life for granted right now, probably, maybe you're not. Maybe you're actually getting up and going. Maybe you're acting on the things that you always knew that you should do, and you're doing the things that you said that you were going to do. But you have one life in this. We have one life. We have one opportunity. We have one death. And that death will come, and that's inevitable. Like, everyone will die, everyone will leave this earth, but how are you going to write your book? What is your book going to look like when it's all said and done? How many chapters will you have? Where will you take your life? Are you going to sit there a victim of all the things that have happened in your past? Or are you going to sit there sad and reflect on the things that has happened to you, and all the bad stuff that has happened to you, all the bad? Why has this happened to me? Why is this fair to me? Why is this comprehensible to me? Like, why is this happening to me? Why me? Why me? Why did this have to happen? Or you can get up and you can go, and you can learn from this, and you can grow from this, and you can reflect on this, and ultimately it's made you who you are today. So you have to get up and going, and you have to get up going with a purpose. You have one life with this, so don't let it go to waste. Don't sit there. Don't waste another day. Don't waste another opportunity. Don't waste your life any more than you have been. Don't sit there and just scroll on social media wondering what you could have. Look at all these people. All these people have these special things, these special talents, these special abilities. But really, they're no different than you. Everyone starts where they start. Everyone has a beginning. Everyone has chapter 1. Everyone has page 1. What is yours going to look like? What is your book going to look like when you come across it 10 years later? When you come across it 7 years later? Is that chapter 1? It probably won't be the best. It probably won't be the best chapter in the book. But throughout those chapters, that person that you're becoming, that person that you always thought you could be, is the real journey. And that's all I have to say. You have one life. You have one opportunity. Don't let it go to waste. Don't sit here and regret things that you never started.